Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, it is my great honor and privilege to stand here today and deliver a speech as we all enjoy the happiness and joy of the marrying couple. As the younger brother of the bride today, may I humbly speak for all of us in saying that our heartfelt thanks to every one of you who arrived here today, either from another city, county, province, or country, and that it would be possible for the marrying couple and the family members to enjoy the prayers and love that you offer. I have struggled to find an adequate way to tell you how grateful we are to see you all here today. In the past few years, humanity has taken a heavy lesson as we walk through the global pandemic. Suffice it to say that amongst all the key takeaways of these unforgettable lessons, the gist that we have grasped is the unparalleled salience of companionships with our family and friends during our life journey. In light of that, all I can say is that we will do everything we can to return to you the same expression of love. I wish to speak today on several topics, sharing with you my personal understanding of the marrying couple, the meaning of marriage in and of itself, as well as delivering my heartfelt prayers for them. I would love to start the first part of my speech by citing the ancient Chinese proverb, quote, leading others with your actions leads to obedience, while lecturing others leads to contentions. It seems clear that the essence of the duty and the foundational requirement of educators, Asian and modern, domestic and international, are sufficiently encapsulated in this succinct yet astounding sentence. While I was serving as a lecturer of microeconomics in Nanjing, one of the most touching moments that I have ever felt during that incredible journey was when one of the most brilliant girls gave me a gift card during their graduation ceremony, on which she wrote something like, quote, teacher, I truly appreciate your service and your unparalleled style of teaching. I dare say your way of teaching will benefit us greatly in the long run. Even to this day, I still consider the heartfelt and touching words left by her as one of the most serendipitous blessings that I have ever received as a lecturer, convincing me of the fact that my work was appreciated and valued by those who receive it. Why would this happen, if you may ask? Or, more specifically, how is it possible for educators to develop a strong sense of connection with their students, upon which sincere appreciation will transpire? Here, I ask for indulgence as I hum a few bars on this topic. As I understand it, the traditional perception of education is belied by its stereotypical image of indoctrination, hence the need of capable and dedicated teachers who are willing to serve their students not by peddling them with textbook knowledge, but by instilling them with values such as love, honor, friendliness, patience, and resilience, using their unassuming leadership and dedicated mentorship. Most importantly, the educators themselves must possess those values beforehand so that they can ingrain them upon the pupils. While I was in primary school, I enjoyed the invaluable companionship and mentorship provided by my sister. Suffice it to say that I was young and childish back then, and I took it for granted, even if I had a multitude of opportunities to voice my gratitude. Now, with hindsight, I testify with all sincerity that I would have never become who I am today without the level of guidance at the early age of my life. Now, I am more than glad to see that the children she teaches will enjoy the same kind of guidance, which clearly has become more adequate due to her increasing expertise in the field of teaching. Therefore, allow me to speak on behalf of all the recipients of that mentorship. Thank you. We appreciate your work, and we will keep it in our hearts as we move forward. As I commence the second part of this speech, I wish to speak directly to the groom. You've never looked more triumphant than you are today. I believe every young man here has all dreamed about the most promising day that we can ever enjoy on this planet. That is, when we have become the recipient of the most sacred gift the world can offer, a wife, the one chosen by destiny for love and joyful companionship. In exchange for that are our unquestioning loyalty and unassuming kindness for her, whom we vow to protect and preserve. As I understand it, the bridegroom today is already well aware of the upcoming responsibilities he must undertake as a husband. So let me not be the reminder of those seemingly arduous clauses, but the notifier of your concurrent privileges. I want you to look in the eyes of the bride and to remind you of the unchanging facts about this lady that you're about to marry, that she renders you comfort whenever you're lonely, that she renders you happiness whenever you feel disheartened, that she renders you hope whenever you are confounded, that she renders you stamina whenever you feel debilitated, that she renders you assistance whenever you are in need, that she renders you momentum whenever you feel discouraged. When I speak of this, I am not speaking only of what you're entitled to, but also what you are obliged to do in face of any of those contingencies. Turn to her, stay with her, and be with her. The combined might of a loving couple shall prevail in any of these potentialities. Likewise, I am certain that she deserves all kinds of love, respect, attention, devotion, as well as enjoyment, and that you're willing to offer all of them to her wholeheartedly. However, as a quintessential procrastinator myself, I know precisely how daunting it could be to enumerate each of the upcoming tasks. So, I seek not to frighten you, but to incentivize you to materialize your love in everyday actions, regardless of how mundane they appear to be. The illuminating discovery is this: love will turn even the most prosaic task into a blissful journey. In that spirit, let us move to the third part of my speech today. Allow me to share with you a well-known Western story. Once upon a time, a master asked his disciple 3 times, "Lovest thou me?" or "Do you love me?" After receiving positive feedback each time he asked, the master then instructed his disciple to, quote, "take care of," end quote, other people whom he loves, to demonstrate that the love spoken by his disciple was beyond mere words, but genuine and lasting in nature, as I understand it. So, love is more than plain and simple statement that I love thee, but is about the continuous actions that demonstrate the authenticity of that emotion. After all, what else could prove what true love is besides endurance? Consequently, I believe that marriage is bestowed upon humans for that very purpose, as it encapsulates the notion of permanence. It is the fruition of love and transcends beyond love eventually. Similar observations can be identified in Eastern textures as well. In I Ching, love it is described as an indication of mutual influence, resultantly, the enactment of which shall be, quote, prosperous and smooth, favorable to be steadfast and upright, end quote. It is on this basis that the author concluded, quote, marrying a maiden brings good fortune, end quote. I, just like all of you here today, believe with all the conviction of my soul that this is exactly what we're about to witness. Allow me to conclude today's speech by reading you a poem from Classic of Poetry, Peachtree Soft and Tender, translated by Mr. Stephen Owen. Peachtree soft and tender, how your blossoms glow. The bride is gone to her home. She well befits this house. Peachtree soft and tender, plump, the ripening fruit. The bride is gone to her home. She well befits this house. Peachtree soft and tender, its leaves spread thick and full. The bride is gone to her home. She well befits these folk. In that spirit, may the marrying couple and their family enjoy the blessings given lovingly by one another. Thank you all, and let us enjoy the blessings.